Floyd Mayweather signed contracts, collected millions in advance money from Netflix, and then went on camera and told the world that the biggest fight of the year was never a real fight to begin with. The people who paid him, Netflix, the promoters, and Manny Pacquiao's camp, are now reportedly accusing him of breach of contract with a deadline set for him to respond. What's making the situation explode even further is alleged footage of a tense confrontation between the parties, which has shocked fans and sent the entire story into overdrive. So, let's start with the moment this whole thing fell apart. Floyd Mayweather walked into a retail store. Inside the Forum Shops at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, he was there for a meet and greet. Cameras were rolling, fans were present, and instead of promoting the biggest rematch in boxing history, Mayweather told Vegas Sports Today that the venue was just one of the places being talked about, that nothing was confirmed, and that his upcoming bout with Manny Pacquiao was not actually a fight. It was an exhibition. That statement detonated a bomb. Just weeks earlier, Netflix had revealed plans for a global event, presenting the Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch as a major professional bout set for a Las Vegas venue. Netflix had announced that they were hosting the rematch between Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao at that venue and that the fight would be sanctioned as a pro fight that would count against their records. This was not small time. This was Netflix positioning itself as the new home of premium live boxing. After streaming Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson and moving deeper into live sports programming, Floyd stood in a retail store and said none of that was real. Sean Gibbons, CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, told ESPN, as of right now, the fight is still on. There is no termination of any sort and he has signed for a professional fight. Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of contract. But the breach itself was just the surface. What sat underneath it was far more explosive, the money. According to Boxing Scene's Lance Pugmire, Mayweather was paid millions of dollars in advance by Netflix for a pro fight before trying to turn it into an exhibition. Pugmire stated, Netflix has given Floyd Mayweather some financial advances, and we're talking millions of dollars. Further reporting revealed that Mayweather had received payments up front for all of his upcoming bouts and even took an advance on his purse for the Pacquiao fight. Floyd signed 3 separate agreements across different dates with different parties. He received money for all of them and also took an advance on the Pacquiao fight. So here was a man who had signed the contracts, cashed the checks, taken advances against his own purse, and then gone public to redefine the entire event on his own terms. And the question that everyone, Netflix, the promoters, Pacquiao's camp, and millions of fans, began asking was simple: why? To understand why Floyd Mayweather's behavior set off alarm bells, you have to understand the weight of what was on the table. This was not just any fight. This was the sequel to the most lucrative single sporting event ever staged. Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao finally stepped into the ring together in Las Vegas. The fight had been years in the making, derailed by drug testing disputes, dueling promoters, network rivalries, defamation lawsuits, and the stubbornness of 2 camps that couldn't agree on anything except how much money was at stake. When the opening bell finally rang, the event shattered every financial record in boxing history, millions in pay-per-view buys, a massive live gate, and hundreds of millions in total revenue. Mayweather won a clear, unanimous decision in a tactical, defense-oriented performance that left the boxing world simultaneously awed by the money and frustrated by the fight. Mayweather won the contest by unanimous decision. Despite being one of the most highly anticipated sporting events in history, the fight was widely regarded as underwhelming by critics and fans alike upon its broadcast. The disappointment over that night never went away. Fans felt cheated. They had waited a long time for a collision between the most explosive offensive fighter of his generation and the most technically flawless defensive fighter ever. And what they got was a masterclass in avoidance. It was later revealed following the event that Pacquiao had sustained an undisclosed injury to his shoulder while training and re-injured it during the fight. That revelation made everything worse. People wanted a rematch. They demanded one. And for a long time, neither man gave it to them. Then Netflix announced what the boxing world had stopped believing was possible. Mayweather announced that he would return to fight professionally after a long retirement. The undefeated, multi-division champion was supposed to face Manny Pacquiao in a rematch. Netflix announced it would stream the event from a Las Vegas venue. The venue: Netflix. A professional fight. Not an exhibition, a real sanctioned contest where a loss would go on Floyd's record, where Pacquiao could genuinely hand Mayweather his first professional defeat. Pacquiao stated in the press release, "I want Floyd to live with the one loss on his professional record and always remember who gave it to him." For the first time in years, the two legends were going to go at it again. This time with the stakes higher than ever. Mayweather's perfect record was on the line. Pacquiao's legacy was on the line. And Netflix was staking its reputation as a live sports destination on the whole thing. Then Floyd opened his mouth at Caesar's Palace and tried to rewrite reality. The contracts behind the Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch were not casual handshake agreements made over dinner, and they left a paper trail that Mayweather apparently did not anticipate would become public. The contractual framework behind the rematch is more layered than the public announcement suggested. According to accounts given to ESPN, Mayweather signed 3 separate agreements on 3 different dates with 2 different parties, all connected to his return to professional boxing. All 3 were eventually merged together. Mayweather received money upon signing each one, 3 agreements. 3 signing dates, 3 payments, and then on top of all of that, it was said Mayweather also took out an advance against his purse for the Pacquiao fight, deepening a financial commitment that now makes his public reversal significantly more complicated. He did get deposits, and then he also took a loan against the purse. So this is beyond just getting a deposit from the fight contract. Think about what that means. Floyd Mayweather didn't just agree to fight Manny Pacquiao in a professional bout. He signed for it on multiple separate occasions. He collected money each time. And then borrowed against the money he was supposed to earn on fight night. Meaning he spent a portion of his purse before the fight even happened. According to those close to the deal, Mayweather signed multiple agreements confirming the rematch as a professional contest rather than an exhibition. Pacquiao's camp says it has documentation to support that claim, including digital and physical signatures tied directly to Mayweather. No one in the recent past brought up anything related to the venue or related to the fight not being a professional fight. His team has had all the contracts. He signed all the contracts. We have the digital proofs as well as wet signatures with his device ID, with his IP address, with everything there. This was not a situation where Floyd could claim confusion or miscommunication. The documentation, according to Pacquiao's team, was ironclad, and yet Floyd went ahead and told the world it was an exhibition. It was then stated that there was a hard deadline for Mayweather's team to commit to the original agreement. Floyd's signature is on multiple contracts. Professional fight. Netflix doesn't want to be involved in an exhibition. We don't want that to happen. Look, Floyd cares about money. We put this together to put on something that the fans would love, and that would be a massive sports event. We wanted to do something that makes history, and he wants to come around and try to change terms last minute because he thinks he can. No, he can't. Not happening. The promoters drew a line in the sand. It was reported that Mayweather faced a deadline to provide written confirmation of his intent to fulfill the contract. If he does, he would then have a set period to formally cure the breach. Mayweather has retained legal counsel, and it was acknowledged that the review process could stretch on. Meanwhile, Mayweather's team just have to see the light as to the platform and the size of what Netflix is and all the opportunities it can bring. The message was clear: this is bigger than you, Floyd. Don't blow it. But the question remained, why would a man who signed multiple contracts and took millions in advance suddenly try to convert the biggest fight of the year into a glorified sparring session? The answer, it turns out, might be found in a cascade of lawsuits, unpaid bills, and tax liens that have slowly been closing in on Floyd Mayweather for the past several months. While the Netflix and Pacquiao drama played out in public, a quieter but far more damaging series of financial revelations was piling up behind the scenes. And when you line them all up in sequence, a pattern emerges that even Floyd Mayweather's legendary public relations machinery could not obscure. The saga began when a lengthy investigation alleged that Mayweather was heavily leveraged, taking out high-interest loans against his real estate, facing foreclosures, and dealing with a growing list of unpaid bills. Mayweather forcefully denied the claims and actively sued the publication and one of its reporters for defamation. Weeks later, Floyd went on the offensive, filing an explosive lawsuit against Showtime Networks. In that complaint, Mayweather alleged he wasn't experiencing financial strain due to his own spending, but rather because hundreds of millions of dollars from his career earnings had been secretly diverted into third-party accounts by his former manager. That lawsuit was staggering in its implications. If true, it meant that a significant portion of the over $1 billion Floyd earned in the ring never actually made it to him. Mayweather sued Showtime Networks and a former executive for hundreds of millions of dollars, alleging he was deprived of fight earnings. But while Mayweather was filing that suit, other people were filing suits against him. Earlier, he was sued over a large amount of allegedly unpaid rent for a luxury apartment. The apartment reportedly cost a significant amount per month. One of the property owners said she spoke with Mayweather after months of missed payments. He was surprised, she told Business Insider. He had no idea he was that far behind. A jewelry store alleged that the boxer left with luxury watches and gold chains worth a large sum. Another jeweler sued Mayweather and an associate over an alleged unpaid settlement tied to millions of dollars in jewelry. And then there was the Logan Paul situation. Logan Paul stirred up old drama on a podcast.